with patch 4.0 due to come out sometime this summer, it could be May. Oh no, it's already. It could be late June, July, August, maybe even September. We don't know, but we know one thing for certain is that the three races that the patch is targeting are in all dire need of reworks. So today, I'm going to talk about all three races from least need of a rework to most, and well, to be fair, all of them need a rework. So let's start with the one I think needs the least amount of work, Tzeentch. Now, Tzeentch still needs help. His he has not a very big unit roster. Like, this isn't very big. the The only reason they have a decent size of infantry is because half of it is the Marauder stuff, which is replicated with Khorne, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. So if you take away that, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unique Tzeentch kind of units, along with some different kind of missile monsters, chariots, cavalry stuff like that. Monsters, it's in a decent position. I think they have a decent amount of Lord variety as well, so that's pretty good. They could use another hero or two. They just need more of everything, especially missile cavalry. Maybe like 1 or 2 there, some new infantry, some new monsters, just everything there. Now, when it comes to the campaign mechanics, they are part of the Great Game, which is okay. But I think they need to expand the Great Game. That can help all the factions there. The technology isn't terrible, but it definitely needs to be more impact to it. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but they should add more. In terms of what legendary lords or characters, I have no idea. I don't know that much about Tzeentch. But one thing think they should do is, when they do put this new character down somewhere, or lord, put it in an interesting spot, or give them choose like a really interesting legendary character. The Wind of Magic transmutation it makes sense for Tzeentch. Him being able to transmute everything, that makes sense. The changing of the ways this needs to be expanded upon. I think some of these are useless. Like this reveal shroud, that's useless. Open gates, that's kind of useless. Break Alliance and Force War are strong, but they're incredibly expensive. The only ones that I would recommend using are Transfer Settlement, Halt Faction, Track Army, Force Rebellion sometimes, Reveal Faction Intentions. All the others are just either too expensive or just not good. And then, yeah. So overall, Tzeentch isn't in a terrible spot. He is in need of the rework. I do agree why he is. I mean, all the factions, like half the factions in this game, need a goddamn rework. But the 3 they chose out of the 3 for this patch, he is the least in need. He needs help, but compared to the other 2, it's nowhere near as bad. Which is something I can't say for the next faction. Now, Kislev is the second faction that is getting reworked out of the 3. Now, this is the one I need to say something about this faction before, because I said that this is my 5th favorite faction in the whole game, and I was able to overlook a lot of their problems. I need to apologize for being a moron there, because I don't know what the hell I was thinking that day, because number 5 should have gone to the Greenskins without question. Okay, Kislev isn't bad, I do like it, but it has several more problems. After a recent playthrough, it has several more problems. The first one being no real variety in units. There is a very, very lacking amount. There is 1 artillery piece. That's it. There is, yeah, I can't even, the infantry and the missile infantry kind of go hand in hand. So, in terms of that, it's a bit weird. I can excuse the lack of the infantry because all of it is so versatile. There should be more still, but it's more forgivable. Only having 5 cavalry units with, well, technically no, 4. This is just a Regiment of Renown, there's only 4, that's unacceptable. Only 2 monsters, that's unacceptable. Okay? They need more of everything. They need more cavalry, artillery, monsters, and definitely more infantry. They need a couple more lords as well. Another, like, maybe a legendary hero. Like, the rumors has it is it's going to be the Baba Yaga witch that's going to be the legendary lord or whatever. I'm not sure, but from what I've heard from it, it seems very unique, and I would be very interested in it. This needs to be completely. I said this before as well in the previous video. This needs to be completely reworked. It needs to be fixed. Okay, it sucks. This also needs to be expanded upon. Maybe give the player more choices. It just needs more expansion. In technology, it's alright. I don't hate it. And the adamant system, it needs to be more impactful. You know, it's essentially placing a governor in a province. You know, come on, it needs more impact. That's what it needs. And it's just so disappointing because I want to like this faction, but there's so many problems. Well, no, I do like it, but I want to like it more. So yeah, Kislev is still a fun faction, but it has way more problems. But at least it doesn't have as many problems as Cathay. Oh, good God, Cathay. Oh, Cathay. Where do I even begin with you? I don't know. How about your roster? What the fuck is this? Really? 4 infantry. 4. I keep. At least the other 2 factions, I had to use more than one hand to count the amount of infantry there were. There are 1, 2, 3 Regiment of Renown, 4, 5, 6 missile infantry. There is 3 cavalry, 1 construct, 3 artillery pieces, 2 flying war machines. What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, wait, you have 2 heroes. You 2. Well, even then, Kislev has 2 as well, but at least then there's more variety with them. The heroes suck as Cathay. You know, like, what is Lore of Metal, I believe? They use. Yeah, Lore of Metal, which is just not a very good lore, and Lore of Heaven, which is okay, but they're not very good. They're not. The lords are pathetic. I mean, the legendary lords, they're pretty good. The Lord Magistrate is just generic. These ones are also very generic. They're just slightly more powerful. It's so infuriating because the roster we do have, I think, is decent. Like, all these units are pretty cool. All the artillery's cool. Well, really, there's only 5 units I like. I like the Sky Junk, Fry Ray Rocket, Terracotta Sentinel. Some of the art, I like archers and the Dragon Guard. That's it. That's really pathetic. Their whole mechanic is they are traders. They trade to the west. Okay, I like that. You send a caravan, and it goes out, and you may have to defend it. It's not a bad system, but it's just so. I want more engagement with it. The technology tree is massive, but considering the yin yang system, you want to get technologies you want to really get, like something like, I don't know, let's say income from cities, or maybe more armor, more defense, melee attack. That'd be great, but you got to keep balance of the yin and yang. You know, ooh, you really want to get this technology? Well, sorry, if you do, you'll go -6 control. I think the biggest problem actually is the balance system. It needs to be completely reworked. Like, I do think a balance system can work, and it sounds interesting. Balancing your armies and your cities, everything's balanced. But I think something maybe like the Chaos Dwarves, like, they should take inspiration from. Don't copy it. You could take a baseline from it and change things around. don't plagiarize yourself. In terms of the buildings, there's really not many. There is the most. It's just I do think there's a good amount of landmarks, but it doesn't matter when there's just most of them are tier 5. You're not gonna play long enough to get to it. The whole defend the bastion mechanic is cool on paper. Defend the wall, protect Cathay. That's pretty cool. But it's annoying that a bunch of rogue chaos armies show up ready to knock down the gates instead of dealing with real threats like the chaos dwarves or what's his name, village. Instead, your biggest threat is a bunch of random chaos hordes just pop out of nowhere because that's so fun an idea. Woohoo! In terms of actually conquering Cathay, you have some decent enemies. Eshin, Lizardmen, Dark Elves. Everyone's favorite factions to fight. This system, I don't hate it because it gives you good buffs, but the fact that you can only change it once, like, boom, I change it. Oh wait, that's it. All right, now I gotta wait 9 turns before ever changing it again. That's stupid. That is so stupid. So yeah, the biggest thing with Cathay is they just need more content. The roster is way too small. Now, the rumor with them is they're going to add the Monkey King, who is basically he doesn't exactly align with Cathay, but he wants to defend them from chaos, so he's going out just fucking chaos up that. I think that's cool, and he has unique units. And there's gotta be Cathay must have been. I don't know. Again, I know nothing about Warhammer lore, but Cathay must have been a important piece of the lore if they have a country or if their empire is this big. It takes up like a good chunk of the map, like all that there. It's almost on. It's like on par with like the High Elves with the island. It's about the same number of settlements. So yeah, I don't know. They definitely need the most work. They need reworked heroes, more troops, more variety, rework the campaign system. Just rework. It needs more variety. Oh, and maybe fix all those bugs while you're at it, CA. There's every time you fix something, something else breaks. Like Nakai the Wanderer, you can't recruit Croxigors and it hasn't been patched yet. What the fuck? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.